Good day, lecturers. My name is Tembeli Mashlaba, and I will be presenting myself on the topic of principles of inclusive education. Before we begin, I would like to start with a quote. Inclusion is not a matter of political correctness, it is the key to growth. Quote by Jess Jackson. Now, story time. Tabo is an 11-year-old enthusiastic boy with a disability, namely a mild condition of cerebral palsy. His parents have enrolled him at Bogamoso Primary School. The principal, Mrs. Grace Degana, at Bogamoso Primary School wants to ensure that Tabo receives a high quality education that is equal to the one his peers, who do not have any disabilities, receive. Furthermore, to ensure that this happens, Ms. Degana has decided to educate herself by doing research on the principles of inclusive education in order to ensure that Tabo has the same learning opportunities and educational success stories as the other learners. Mrs. Degana has also decided to look at how the principle of inclusive education is a key component to creating a supportive learning environment. Now, what is inclusive education? Inclusive education is a philosophy that focuses on providing all students, despite any physical, socio-economic, cultural, etc., barriers, with equal access to both learning opportunities and education. This is seen in a classroom by having a learning environment that is diverse, with reduced barriers, and is also aware of the needs of all different types of students. Now, the six principles of inclusive education: policy and planning, teacher training and professional development, curriculum adaptation, collaboration and partnership, access and equity, and last but not least, monitoring and evaluation. Now, explanation of the principles of inclusive education. Policy and planning. Policies are essential in laying the groundwork which enables and supports inclusive education. In addition, policies that are created need to ensure that they address the learners' needs who are both able and disabled and give guidelines for practices that are inclusive and will support their social and academic development. Curriculum adaptation. The curriculum should be modified to ensure that it is accessible to all diverse learners while still delivering education that is of good quality. Furthermore, there should be provision of flexibility in teaching methods, teaching materials, and assessment plans that will meet the learner's unique needs. Teacher training and professional development. In order to support inclusive education, teachers should be provided with training that focuses on the adoption of different needs and also making use of assistive technology. Furthermore, encouraging continuous collaborative culture and professional advancements whereby the educators can share effective teaching practices and methods. Collaboration and partnership. Partnership and collaboration plays an important role in ensuring the achievement of a goal. Building partnership amongst the teachers, parents, schools, and community stakeholders is vital in the effectiveness of inclusive education. In addition, continuous communication is important in ensuring that there is provision for accommodation, support, and resources for diverse students. Furthermore, a network whereby teachers can exchange their resources, methods, and experiences. Access and equity. All learners have the right to good quality education despite their abilities and disabilities. To ensure this, there should be identification of barriers and removal of barriers in the participation of inclusive education. There should be an implementation of assistive technologies, supportive services, and accommodation in order to encourage inclusion for every learner. Monitoring and evaluation. The method of monitoring and evaluating is important in measuring the effectiveness of a plan, creating a technique that monitors and evaluates the effectiveness of inclusive education by gathering data on students' outcomes, participation, and satisfaction will assist in making improvements where needed. Now, what is a supportive learning environment? A supportive learning environment is one that consists of a healthy and safe relationship amongst the learners and the educators, whereby all the individuals are respectful to one another despite their differences. It is characterized by learners who are supported and motivated and have a positive outlook on challenges that they may face. A supportive learning environment is important for a couple of reasons. Namely, it helps build the student's self esteem and confidence, it improves their social skills, it encourages positive attitudes towards learning challenges, it supports diversity, and promotes interaction with other students and teachers. Why is inclusive education effective in creating a supportive learning environment? Inclusive education is where students who are diverse and differently abled are given equal learning opportunities and resources despite difficulties they are presented with. When a learning environment is inclusive, learners who are diverse and unique end up being accepted, respected, and celebrated. And this is important in creating a safe and accepting learning environment. Furthermore, a supportive learning environment aims to ensure that learners who are different are safe and also have a sense of belonging. And the use of principles of inclusive education ensures that the learners who are diverse will receive an equal access to learning opportunities whilst in a safe environment. Now, conclusion. In closing, Mrs. Grace Degana was able to implement the principles of inclusive education to ensure that Tabo, who has mild cerebral palsy, has an opportunity to get equal access to resources and learning opportunities with the use of the principles which also create a safe and supportive learning environment for Tabo and his peers. Thank you.